when I go live, then do I look down and make sure my mic is working and everything? I think it's working well. Welcome to a brand new day. We have a lot in store for you. Today is Wednesday, where I'm going to do my best to focus on different topics and different days. Today is Relationships and Family Wednesday. So we got a lot in store for you, and our flagship topic of the day is going to be what to do when your business becomes the third wheel in your marriage. What do you do when your business becomes the third wheel in your marriage? We're going to also touch on Weight Watchers filing for bankruptcy, touch on Kindle app adds a new payment button, what that means, and Instacart is courting Gen Z with a new app, and a new Spotify challenger enters the USA. Stamps.com is launching a $25,000 grant to help small businesses stay flexible. And I'm curious to know, is Pinterest worth your time? So welcome to a brand new day. This is The Rundown with Ramon and with Ayanna from the Musical Web, and I'm glad you're here. Let's get started with a brand new episode of The Rundown with Ramon. All right, let's jump into it. Again, Ayanna, glad you're here today. The Musical Web for all your piano lesson needs. Glad you're here. Appreciate you so much. Ooh, I love that validation. Ayanna says this is a topic. This is a big topic considering I want to continue with business if I get married and have kids. Yes. Well, this is the topic for you today. And of course, we're going to touch on this briefly, Ayanna, but I'm glad you're here, Ayanna. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. And I'm glad that the Rundown with Ramon is being valuable for you. So let's touch on this first one. Weight Watchers files for bankruptcy. That's big news. Weight Watchers filing for bankruptcy. Listen, I always like to give the news of the day from the big brands because that's the headlines. That's what we hear about. But what does that mean for us with Weight Watchers filing for bankruptcy? Here's the bottom line. Let me read the news clip for you first. Wellness giant Weight Watchers has filed for bankruptcy. Founded as a weight loss program more than 60 years ago, 6 decades, Weight Watchers has undergone several strategic pivots in recent years and faced pressure from the rise of GLP-1 weight loss drugs, which it belatedly began offering through its own telehealth platform. So Weight Watchers was the thing. You sign up for their program, you count your calories, go into the freezer at all your grocery stores and buy the Weight Watchers food and lose weight. I'm not sure if they had a subscription or not, but the point is you count your calories. Weight Watchers led on that. That succeeded for years. But then something else came on the market, weight loss drugs and other things. And it belatedly, says the news article here, started offering that. We see this happen with RIM, BlackBerry, right? Remember that? Polaroid cameras. So you can be a large company doing good things, but when a competitor comes into the market, are you able to pivot in enough time to adapt to them? The company, which parted ways with both its CEO and longtime board member Oprah Winfrey last year, aims to eliminate $1.15 billion in debt. Listen, debt is not bad. It's okay to leverage other people's money, as my coach, Lamar Tyler, talks about, and many others talk about. Leverage, leverage, leverage. Scott Simons, Grant Cardone, and others. Leverage is good to do, but it's also very important to understand that if your debt is not good debt and it's dragging you down, that's a recipe for failure. So Weight Watchers files for bankruptcy. That is not good. Sorry for them. Hope they get better. I know they've helped a lot of people lose weight, and more important than losing the weight, building and living healthier lives. Ding, 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 ding. Interesting little tech point here. Kindle app adds a new payment button. Why is this important? Well, previously, if you wanted to get a Kindle app, buy a book from Kindle from Amazon, you had to go offline and buy the book, and then it would be pushed to your stores. Let me read the news item for you. Readers can more easily purchase ebooks on their iPhones and iPads following a court ruling restricting Apple's 27% commission on off-app purchases. The decision appealed by Apple has prompted multiple updates, including a flashy new Get Book button embedded directly in the Amazon e-reader's iOS application. Previously, customers had to manually purchase titles through an external browser. This switch streamlines the entire payment process. However, of course, it could be changed if Apple wins. This is minor, big news. It's better for the publishers who sell on app purchases in Android stores and iPhone stores. But the key is Apple had domination when it launched its app store. And I think domination is interesting because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, innovate, and start things. But there comes a time where you're innovating so much that you begin to clog the market for what you birthed, and courts then come in and talk about monopoly and things like that. So news of the day, now you can buy more things through app stores, which is definitely a win for consumers, maybe a loss for the tech giants, but they get billions of dollars. They'll be just fine. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Another news of the day as we get into talk about your marriage and more. Ding, 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 ding. A new a new Spotify challenger is entering the U.S. market. Why is this important to you, and what does this mean? Well, the news of the day says Stockholm-based Podx is following in Spotify's footsteps, entering the U.S. market while hoping to chip away at its dominance in podcast streaming. Podx is taking a majority stake in Lemonade Media, a podcast network that distributes pods by famous people, it seems, the Duchess of Sussex and Samantha Bee and others, among others. The $30 million deal is unfolding as Spotify is chasing YouTube by adding a plays metric to its audio-only and video podcasts as a means of enticing users to explore popular episodes of unfamiliar pods. So you go on Spotify and they say, hey, you may like this too. I guess that's what that means, but I'll dive into this more. But this shows, hey, just like happened to Weight Watchers is happening. This is called the marketplace. Entrepreneurs, business owners are there to create new things of value. Spotify is leading in the podcast world. YouTube came after and is dominating. And now there's a new Stockholm-based company, Podx, which is entering the market to say, hey, we want to get into the creator economy as well. So good for them. Glad to have new competition there. And I think in the end of the day, competition is always good for the consumer. Ding, 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 ding. Instacart is courting Gen Z with a new app. Instacart's an amazingly cool service. I have a taste of Instacart because one of my children did some Instacart for some time, and I would ride with them because mom didn't really want them to go by themselves in a season. So me or mom would ride with them. So Instacart has this new app they've launched. Here's what the news item says. Instacart is looking to Gen Z consumers to help expand its reach beyond shoppers' weekly grocery hauls. The food delivery company has unveiled Fizz, a new app designed to streamline group orders of party fare, including snacks and alcohol for a flat fee. Competitors have entered the lucrative alcohol delivery fray too, with DoorDash reporting outsized growth for cocktail orders and Uber Eats acquiring the now shuttered Drizzly, an app that facilitated delivery from local liquor stores. So interesting. Gen Z, I always forget, what is Gen Z? Am I Gen Z or not? I'm not sure what age that is, but a new app really to move away from people getting weekly grocery hauls to really making it easier to buy party items for your next party. Instacart is getting into that game as well. Ding, 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 ding. A few more things. We're going to talk about marriage and business and more. Kudos to Stamps.com offering a $25,000 grant for small business owners. You can check this out on the latest news at zoneofgenius.com. Zoneofgenius.com. You can check this out on the latest order from zoneofgenius.com. The latest insights. They're launching a $25,000 grant. You can see that link on zoneofgenius.com. Celebrating Small Business Month. Stamps.com is launching that. Applications are open through May 31st. According to Stamps.com, General Manager Nick, flexibility can mean the ability to work on your own schedule and more. To qualify for this grant, applicants must be a U.S.-based service business with at least 3 employees and a minimum 2-year operating history. 3 takeaways from this announcement, by the way. Automate when and how you can. Stamps.com enables that. Create operational cushion, the ability to be able to pivot when you need to, and apply for support like this. Don't overlook grants. They can be an amazing way to fund your business. Alexandria Nicole is here on the Rundown with Ramon. Thanks for being here, my friend. Always love seeing you show up on the Rundown with Ramon. So check that out. Grants can be a great way to fund your business. And again, kudos to Stamps.com offering this $25,000 grant for entrepreneurs. So definitely check that out and spread the word. One more news of the day, topic of the day, before we get into marriage and business. Touching on Pinterest. How many of you use Pinterest? I haven't heard it in the headlines for ages, but apparently Pinterest is still a viable product with, I'm sure, millions and millions of users. In fact, 460 million active users per month as of 2025. So Pinterest is a search engine in disguise. It behaves more like a visual search engine. We're writing here on zoneofgenius.com. And don't forget to sign up for zoneofgenius.com so you don't miss out on content like this. Pinterest is a traffic magnet. Unlike TikTok or Instagram, where content fades fast, a Pinterest pin can generate traffic for months or years. So, how do you use Pinterest for your business? Create a business profile, set up Pinterest boards, design high quality pins. You can use tools like Canva to do that. Include keywords because the SEO is real, and link every pin back to your website. So, is Pinterest forgotten? In a way, you don't see it on the main headlines anymore. You hear about TikTok and other parts of the creator economy. But hey, Pinterest is still here. Millions use it, and it could be an underhyped resource that you may want to check out for your business. Hey, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We're going to touch on marriage and business in a bit. Hope you're enjoying the episode. If you are, let me know. Keep commenting, do a share, and let people know that you're watching the Rundown with Ramon. Give your insights, whether you're watching this on demand or afterwards. So glad you're here today. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back to continue an episode of the Rundown with Ramon. What do you think? I did that little ditty myself in Canva. Just trying to explore to see how we can make the show better and better and better for you. So let me touch on this important topic. Today's Wednesday, where I'm going to do my best to talk about family and relationships on Wednesdays. Today, I want to touch on marriage. What to do when your business becomes the third wheel in your marriage. So you have a business where you spend 10 or more hours a day growing that business because you love the business, you enjoy doing it, and yes, it's a way to generate money for you and or your family, but you do love it. And you also have a spouse, your marriage, you have this person in your life that you should be building life together. And maybe you have kids or children or other things in life, and so your business is becoming the third wheel in your marriage. What do you do about it, Alexandria? What do you do about it, Deborah Williams? What do you do about it? I don't have an easy button for you. But here's how you can know kind of when you realize that your business is taking over your marriage, and that for you to decide if you're going to keep doing that or try to have some resolution in that. Maybe your wife or your husband say you're always working, your mind is never here. Maybe business talk dominates your date nights. That's all you do, if you even still have date nights. Are you finding that you're canceling or deprioritizing plans together because something just came up in the business? Are you emotionally unavailable even when you're physically present because you're talking just about the business? Thank you, Deborah. Is this the case? And this is how you know some signs that maybe your business is overtaking your marriage and becoming a third wheel in your marriage, or your marriage is becoming the third wheel in your relationship and your business is taking over. Entrepreneurs often think, I spend time at home, so I'm doing fine. I spend time at home, so I'm doing just fine. Everything is okay. But understand that relationships, they do thrive on the emotional presence, not just you being physically there. So what are some things you can do? I think step one to do this is to get honest. Get together and communicate and find out what are the problems, what's going wrong, what's going right, and to talk about it. Sometimes your partner doesn't want more of your time. They want more of you. Number two, can you schedule your relationship like a business priority? Schedule weekly date nights. What about quarterly vision days to get in on your business together and find out where you're going to grow together? What about 15-minute daily check-ins to see how you're each doing? What about setting healthy business boundaries? A hard stop each day when you stop and maybe enjoy a meal together. No phones or laptops during meals. Do you keep weekends sacred for each other? Can you delegate tasks or hiring support so everything isn't on you and you can work on your marriage and in your marriage? Number four thing you can do here is to invite, don't inflict. Instead of venting about every fire drill in your business, invite your spouse into your world if that makes sense for you and your marriage, and find out their ideas, how maybe they can help you, or at least they can feel they can emotionally shoulder some of the burden, the responsibilities of your marriage. And I think number five, be willing to adjust the vision. Ask yourself this important question: is the business serving my family or is it consuming it? Yes, we're in business. Yes, we're entrepreneurs. Yes, we love what we do. If we didn't love what we do, we wouldn't be doing it. But we're also married, and hopefully you love your spouse, your husband, your wife. Hopefully you love your children, your family. Maybe you're involved in your church as I am very much. But again, you have this business and both have to operate. And there may be not balance, as Lisa Price of Carol's Daughter is famously known to say, sometimes I was a terrible mother and a great entrepreneur. Sometimes I was a terrible entrepreneur, but a great mother. Some days you try to do a bit of both. My message today and my hope today for you is that as we seek to grow our businesses, as we seek to get to the next level of entrepreneurship, we'll realize that it's a balance. It doesn't always a perfect balance, but we do the best that we can with what we can, how we can. The question for you is, what will you do? I've been married for 31 years this month, have 2 adult children. I'm an empty nester, so I'm at a different stage than some of you who may have small little babies in your home or may have young teenagers in your home or college students that are still relying on you. But it's something that we have to do because we are in business and we love what we do. Whether those of you have a side hustle, you have a full-time job getting a steady check, you have a side business, or you're in full-time entrepreneurship. We love what we do, most of us. That's why we're in business, or we wouldn't be doing it. And we are married. God has made us not to be alone. And we have to nurture the relationships. We owe it to our spouses. We owe it to our children. We owe it to the communities that we're in also. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Don't miss out. I encourage you, go to zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com, and sign up. Don't miss out on all the insights that we have for you today. I'm going to come back in a second here and leave you with one more tip of the day as we move forward in the Rundown with Ramon. My message to you today is very short, very simple, very to the point. Be the best version of yourself. Be the best person who you can be. Do your best to make a difference in the world and let people know that you care. Don't just seek to grab what's mine, me, but seek to make an impact and seek to let people know that you're there for them. The world is a very cruel world, and we need people like you to show up every single day and make the world a better place. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed and have an amazing day. Thanks for being here and showing up.